Jeff, if I would have told you yesterday at this time that Tom Brady was going to announce his retirement this morning, you would have said what?
I would have believed it, Dan, and I say that mostly because I remember last year one of the things that he didn't like about when we broke the story was the fact that he didn't like the idea of it upstaging the conference championship games. So my belief was that we were on the clock starting this week after those conference championship games. And I, for the past few months, have really felt like it was either going to be a return to the Bucks or retirement. So to be completely honest with you, this is not necessarily a big surprise to me or kind of people who have understood Tom's way of thinking recently.
It felt like it was a surprise because we were opening the door, the hypothetical door
Right.
of, hey, go to San Francisco. Does he stay in Tampa? What about the Raiders? What about the Dolphins? You're just saying if he was coming back, that it was going to be Tampa and that was it?
Yeah, and it's funny, Dan. I'm not I'm the same as everyone else in the regard that like I've been hearing that the Bucks have felt that way. Tom has kind of made clear to them even that look, I'm not going to go play for another team. But even then, all of us, including people close to Tom, have been like, yeah, but the 49ers, uh, there's been this sort of idea in the background of like maybe he'll still contemplate it. But Tom has been pretty steadfast in the idea that he wanted to be a part of the solution with the Bucks, which I know to people they roll their eyes and say that there was no chance of being a part of that solution, or he was going to retire. And whether or not people want to believe that, I guess sort of the proof is in his announcement today.
The difference between Tom Brady with this announcement as opposed to last year at this time is what?
I think a proper look, last year, I don't think that Tom Brady, as meticulous as everybody understands him to be when it comes to planning, he truly doesn't look past the day. Yeah, everybody hears the cliche, like one day at a time. Brady does that almost to a fault. And I felt like last year he hadn't properly kind of put himself in the place of what's next. And he ultimately, at the end of the season, was like, man, I'm tired. I think I'm done. And he didn't take the time to reflect and understand what exactly that meant. And I think that the mistakes of last year going through that better prepared him for this time around, where he did consider what's next in terms of just mentally. And I'm not saying whether what's next is the broadcast booth or whether it's maybe minority ownership in the team. I'm talking what's next just from a mental standpoint. I am done with the game. Am I willing to accept that? This time around, I think that he is more prepared mentally to move forward.